Welcome to today's lesson on plant cells and the unique organelles they contain. In our lesson today, we will focus on identifying and exploring the additional subcellular structures that are present in plant cells but not in animal cells. These include the cell wall, chloroplasts, and the central vacuole. Our goal is to understand the roles and functions these organelles play in the life of a plant. Then we will compare animal and plant cells, identifying the key differences and similarities. So far, you have learned that a plant cell is a type of eukaryotic cell, which means it has a defined nucleus and other membrane-bound organelles. You are also familiar with the general structure of eukaryotic cells, more specifically animal cells, including the presence of organelles such as the nucleus, mitochondria, and ribosomes. Building on this foundation, today we will introduce new biological concepts that will enhance your understanding of how plant cells function and contribute to the overall life processes of plants. Let's get started. To begin our lesson, it's important to remember that plant cells, just like animal cells, are eukaryotic. This means they have a defined nucleus and various specialized organelles. Both plant and animal cells share common organelles such as the nucleus, cytoplasm, cell membrane, mitochondria, and ribosomes. Let's quickly recap these organelles. Firstly, the nucleus contains the cell's genetic material and controls its activities. The cytoplasm is a jelly-like substance where most of the cell's chemical reactions occur. The cell membrane functions as a protective barrier that regulates the movement of substances in and out of the cell. The mitochondria are the site of respiration, which provides the energy required for the cell's activities. Finally, the ribosomes are the sites of protein synthesis, which produces amino acids chains that fold into precise protein shapes. In addition to these shared organelles, plant cells contain certain specialized structures not found in animal cells. Let's take a closer look at these organelles. Firstly, plant cells contain chloroplasts, which are the site of photosynthesis, a critical process for the plant's survival and growth. Photosynthesis converts light energy into chemical energy, producing food for the plant in the form of glucose. Chloroplasts contain a green pigment called chlorophyll, which captures light energy. This pigment is responsible for the green color of plants, and essentially captures the light required for photosynthesis. Without chloroplasts, plants would be unable to produce their own food and grow. The permanent vacuole is another distinguishing feature of plant cells. It stores cell sap, which is a mixture of water, sugars, ions, and other substances. The vacuole helps maintain turgor pressure, which keeps the cell firm and turgid or swollen. This is crucial for maintaining the plant's structure and keeping it upright. A turgid cell supports the plant in standing firm and not wilting. Plant cells also have a cell wall, which is an additional layer outside the cell membrane found only in plant cells. This cell wall is made of cellulose fibers which are strong and rigid, and it provides structural support and protection to the cell. It helps maintain the shape of the cell and prevents it from bursting when water enters the cell. Unlike animal cells, which only have a cell membrane, the rigid cell wall ensures plant cells have a fixed, defined shape, contributing to the overall structure of the plant. Now, let's take a quick look at the main differences between animal and plant cells. By understanding the unique features of plant cells, we can appreciate the functional differences between plant and animal cells. Here's a quick comparison to help you visualize this better. Both types of cells have a nucleus, cytoplasm, cell membrane, mitochondria, and ribosomes. However, plant cells uniquely have chloroplasts, a large permanent vacuole, and a rigid cell wall made of cellulose. The presence of these additional organelles enables plants to perform photosynthesis, store nutrients, and maintain structural integrity, which are essential for their survival. Before we conclude, let's work through some questions to consolidate our knowledge of plant cells and their organelles. Here is our first question. Describe one organelle found in both animal and plant cells, and one organelle found only in plant cells. Pause here to have a go. In your answer, you need to firstly identify a common organelle. There are multiple options here. One shared organelle between animal and plant cells is the nucleus, which contains the cell's genetic material and directs all cellular activities. Next, you need to identify a plant-specific organelle. For example, an organelle unique to plant cells is the chloroplasts, where photosynthesis occurs, allowing plants to convert light energy into chemical energy stored in glucose. Here is a second question. Identify and explain the function of the organelle labeled B in the provided plant cell diagram. Pause and have a go. Here, organelle B is pointing to the vacuole, which stores cell sap, which is a mixture of water, sugars, ions, and other substances. The vacuole helps maintain turgor pressure, which keeps the cell firm and turgid. In today's lesson, we explored the differences between animal and plant cells, with a specific focus on the additional organelles found in plant cells. We began by reviewing the common organelles present in both animal and plant cells, such as the nucleus, mitochondria, and cytoplasm, which are essential for various cellular functions, including energy use and genetic information storage. We then discussed the unique organelles that are found only in plant cells. We looked at the cell wall, a rigid structure made of cellulose that provides support and protection. We also covered chloroplasts, which are the sites of photosynthesis and contain the pigment chlorophyll to capture light energy. Additionally, we examined the large central vacuole, which maintains cell turgor pressure and stores nutrients. We explored how these additional organelles contribute to the life processes of a plant, such as growth, energy conversion, and maintaining structural integrity. The cell wall allows plants to stand upright and grow towards the light, while chloroplasts enable them to produce their own food through photosynthesis. The central vacuole plays a critical role in storing water and maintaining internal pressure, facilitating the plant's ability to remain rigid and upright. By understanding these differences, you can better appreciate how plant cells are uniquely equipped to perform their functions and sustain plant life.
Watch the rest of the GCSE biology course at Sophos Education.